Welcome to the today's session. So in the previous session we have seen how to configure the Selenium. So let's discuss about what is Selenium and features or advantages of Selenium and limitations of Selenium. As of now, what I feel is that it is okay. We'll discuss these three things: what is Selenium and advantages and disadvantages of Selenium. We'll discuss these three in the last. Okay, then you will get to know. So after at the end of this series, you'll see what is Selenium. You'll get to know and what are the advantages as well as the disadvantages. Okay. So as far as concern, so today we'll discuss about Selenium components. So as I told you in the beginning of the first session, Selenium is not an application, okay? Selenium is not any tool something, okay? Selenium is nothing but if you ask anyone also what is Selenium means, Selenium is a component. Component it is a collection of jar files, okay? It is not a single entity something. It is a collection of a jar files, okay? So in this Selenium we are having four components, okay? The first one is Selenium IDE, nothing but Integrated Development Environment. The first one is Selenium IDE. So IDE means Integrated Development Environment, and the next is Selenium RC. Last one is Selenium Grid. Okay, so but in this video series we are mainly concentrating about the WebDriver. We are not going to see any IDE and remote control and Selenium Grid. Anyway, IDE is not at all using. Previously it is available for only for Firefox. Now later it is available for Chrome and Firefox even stopped supporting. And now IDE is supporting for both Chrome as well as Firefox. IDE is nothing but it is an extension add-on, like for example if you see the for example, like if you see the application called Internet Download Manager, or so you need to install the add-on to the Chrome browser, as well as if you wanted to use some add-ons for Firefox in the same way, you have to install that add-on to Firefox. So this Selenium IDE is also something related to like that only. It is an IDE. So see, basically, if you take any automation, okay, automation tool, that might be Selenium, that might be UFT, that might maybe test magic, anything, okay? So there will be three things will be there, okay? Automation. First thing is open and execute. Open and execute. Okay. That means so in this means in this level of automation, what you will do in the sense you will just open the script and you will click on run. That's it. You don't need to do any other things. Okay. And second thing is that writing test script means like writing. Yeah. Second thing is that the second level is automation means you will write automation scripts for some specific actions, like you want to automate like something called login functionality. You wanted to automate the script for you wanted to write a automation script for sending a message, something like that. Okay, that one. Right. Yeah, designing a framework. This is the advanced concept, means as we discussed in the previous, see for example you have written an automation script for action. So there you will test with some random data. So but you wanted to test with some different data types. That time you will design one framework called data driven framework. Not only data driven framework, you can define your custom framework, hybrid framework also, it is possible. Okay, this is the advanced level. Okay, so if you wanted to do only the like open and means if your requirement is only open the test script and then run the test script means it's record and playback is enough. So record and playback. So if you know the process of how we record in the Selenium, how the playback will be there. So that is enough for like if your requirement is open the test script and executing the test script. Okay. So but if your requirement is writing automation script for specific actions, that means you should know about descriptive programming. Should have knowledge in the descriptive programming. Okay, so if you know the knowledge of descriptive programming, then you can automate some specific actions. Okay, so but if your requirement is designing a framework, that means you should have a knowledge about all the frameworks available in that particular tool. Okay, that might be UFT also. See, this methodology is not only for one Selenium. Okay, this methodology will be applicable for if you take any automation, that might be UFT, Roadrunner, anything. Okay, whatever the automation tool you will take. So see, basically this is the level of automations. Okay, and this is the requirement basis. If your requirement is like yes, just open and run the test script means, if you have the knowledge of that particular tool, how we have to record, how we have to do the playback, that is enough. Okay, but if you wanted to do the script for some specific actions means you should have the knowledge of descriptive programming. But if you having the requirement of a framework means that you should have knowledge of all the frameworks that is available in that particular tool. Okay, so now this IDE is something like that. Okay, here you can do only the record and playback, but if we having the IDE knowledge as we discussed, right, this open and execute will not applicable in the Selenium. Why? Because see, this IDE is different. So but in the IDE, Selenium IDE, you can't do the descriptive programming, whereas here there only recording and playback, those two things only can be done. You can't do the descriptive programming. If you wanted to do the descriptive programming, you should choose either these three. Okay, so and even nowadays IDE is not at all using. Okay, it is just a reference purpose, or you can do the shortcut like you can record one specific test or specific action, and you can export whatever the recording you did into a particular script, that might be Java, Selenium, Ruby, whatever the supported object oriented programming languages we have seen in the Selenium website. For those you can export that recording. Okay, and what is remote control? This is also outdated one. Okay, before means uh yeah, we'll discuss this point in the WebDriver while we're talking about WebDriver. So remote control is also outdated one. I'll show you. Yeah, go to Selenium. This is RC Selenium remote control version. The final version 3.1.0 released in the 2017 February, not even 2018. Means even Selenium community itself it is stopped supporting RC. Why? Because instead of in the place of Selenium RC, now Selenium WebDriver came into the picture, and WebDriver is nothing but means it is a migration of two things. Okay, yeah. One second. Using the Selenium RC and WebDriver concept, they have derived the Selenium 3.0. Yeah, Selenium. And now it is 3.0, 3.1.4 something. Okay. See, WebDriver is a separate concept and our remote control is also a separate concept. So based on these two technologies, they have derived the Selenium 2.0. Again, it is also known as WebDriver only. Okay. So now control is also out of, means outdated one, not at all using. So what is remote control and what is the architecture of remote control? We will discuss in the last, during the last sessions of the this series. Okay. Now we'll come to the WebDriver. Okay. See, what is this WebDriver? It proves itself that it's better than the Selenium IDE as well as Selenium RC in many aspects. Okay, it implements a more modern and stable. Okay, in the approach of automating the browser actions, it controls the browser directly. Okay, see, but whereas Selenium RC, it is not at all direct. Okay, it's like again in the middle you will find one proxy server which will be created by JavaScript. Okay, and one more thing is that, yeah, that is the one of the drawback. I can say that you should have some programming language. Okay, you should have minimal programming language. If you are doing with Selenium with Java, means you should have at least core Java skills. Then only you can do. Okay, and again this WebDriver can support the different bindings. Okay, you can do with Java, C Sharp, PHP, Python, Perl, Ruby with different ones. Okay, that is the one of the benefits. So in this series also we are going to see the more in depth of WebDriver only. Yep. And what is the Selenium grid? See, and the Selenium is a, means like grid is something, how can I say, see, if you wanted to drive the some parallel trust across the different machines. Okay, and that all the different process at all the same time, uh, we can tell like this means parallel execution. Okay, and multiple tests at a time. Okay, so for example you are having some 100 test cases or 1,000 test cases. Okay, automation test cases. So what you will do now, you will run this throughout in some remote computers. Okay, for throughout night and day. Okay, by using this Selenium grid concept. So but we are not at all going with Selenium grid. Also we are mainly concentrating on the WebDriver. Okay, so this is all about the Selenium components. Okay, so in upcoming session we'll discuss how to invoke the browser. We will see the all major browsers: Firefox, IE, and Chrome. Okay, that's for today. Thank you.